Let's chat.
A few weeks ago in the Chattanooga Times Free Press, there was a great article about our attorney friend Jerry Summers. They called him the Lion of the Law. And if you saw the most recent issue of Edge magazine, Chattanooga's business magazine, guess who's on the cover? Jerry Summers. Guess who's here on the couch with us this morning? Jerry Summers. Jerry, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Some people call me the toothless tiger rather than the lion of the law.
No, we're going to go with the Lion of the Law. It's got more of a cachet to it. Busy in the practice of law, busy writing books. He's already got 4 under the belt, and the 5th one's out now, and this is called One Shot Short. That's a tongue twister. And this, tell us exactly what the overview of this book is.
This is the 1958 Central team that nobody expected us to do anything. We had 1 star and a bunch of other less adequate, talented players, but I think you'd say they were overachievers. And Coach Smith didn't expect to hold Gordon Smith, who had replaced Coach W.T. Bales in 1952, and he didn't expect much out of it. He's on record saying that, but Eddie Tess was a great ball player. He was a high school All-American, played at UT, been a successful businessman down in Ringo, and but we had 10 guys that I really have to say they were all overachievers. Except me, I missed the last shot, so I was an underachiever. So anyway.
But these guys wouldn't give up for anything, and the whole Central Athletic Department, when you were at Central, it was more than about winning games.
It was. It was a kind of a teacher of what you're going to be, and the bottom line of this, I think, is how the story is. How the 10 players wound up, except for me, but they all were very achieved. And actually, the ball players, some of them played in college. I played 1 year at Swanee after I transferred from Auburn on baseball scholarship. Ken Conley and Webb Kate played at Austin Peay. Tess, of course, played at Tennessee. Ron Cole played at the University of Chattanooga. But all of them got a degree. And it was amazing that when I started this, and I checked on how, you drift apart after you graduate. But we had some guys Ken Conley was head of the Boy Scouts in an interim basis when they needed somebody. Webb Kate, a successful banker. He's a mayor of a town out in California. The 2 players that played the most, Blaine Allen died early. He was a substitute. Bill Culpepper, there's only 2 of them that, Paul Stevens, that didn't get college degrees, and they both served in the military, and both of them died prematurely. But the bottom line of it is, it was a bunch of overachievers that did something close to being perfect.
As a successful athlete in high school and in college, what do you think the collective takeaway from your team was into successful careers into adulthood?
Trying to be a team, trying to get along with people. Eddie Tess was our star. He could play with anybody, even today. And he averaged 23, 24 points a game. I think I was next at 10 or 9 or something like that. But nobody was jealous of anybody. One day Ron Cole might be the star, Webb Kate might be, but Tess was always the star. But we had a great team, and we beat a lot of teams. We beat in the state back in those days. You didn't have all these subdivisions,
right? And
it was the Sweet 16, and that was the best 16 teams that came out of 8 regions. The winner and the runner-up in the regions that had been started in the districts, and we won the district, and I think City was second. And, back in those days, it was kind of like Baylor and McCallie with City and Central. And
big rivalry.
Big rivalry. In fact, they had quit playing football because they got a little bit violent. But anyway, we cheered for City, and City cheered for us. And we had been to the state tournament the year before, but we got knocked out in the first round. And we stayed up there and cheered for City, and they got knocked out in the second round. But I think there's a certain, and one of the writers talked about let's maybe bring City and Central together, but unfortunately, City and Central, kind of, we're in a new school, and City's a new school.
Where can folks get a copy of this book?
They can contact my office. All proceeds go to the community, Central's 12 scholarships at the Community Foundation. It's $21.95. They can contact my office at 735 Broad Street. The interesting thing about this, in the back of it is a DVD of that game. And it was nice to watch, but I didn't like the last part of it when my so-called jump shot went stray.
They moved the net a little bit.
Right.
Hey, speaking of Central, we've only got a minute or two left. You guys are celebrating a big milestone reunion, 50 years on Highway 58, and that reunion's coming up, gosh, right around the corner, isn't it?
It's on September the 21st at the Chattanooga Convention Center. The contact is a lady by the name of Cindy Powell, and it's you need to contact the school or her. I think y'all had people on here. It's going to be a big event, and I look forward to going to it because it's, Central. The utmost Central I went to was I think was 57 years before it moved up there,
Right.
and this is the 50 years there. So it's a big event. The other big event is on September the 20th. Is we're adding 5 players to our Central Sports Hall of Fame, and there's a barbecue at 5:30, the ball game against East Hamilton.
Right.
And they can call the school at 344-1447 to get tickets.
And if you want to find out more about how to get the book, One Shot Short, contact Jerry's office again down at Broad Street. You can find it online. Jerry Summers, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We're back in a moment.